everyone! Welcome back to Technically Westbriar. Today is part 2 of The Joy of Wixie. Today, you might notice I'm wearing a rather powerful outfit. That's because today we are going to power up your Wixie game. We're going to talk about some pretty cool things you can do in Wixie if you figure it out. So, without any further ado, let me get ready to show you what we're going to do. Shrink myself down here. All right. So as always, today I'm going to just go to Wixie.com like we always do. And at Wixie.com, I had already signed in. Let me restart that. There we go. So at Wixie.com, you click that you want to sign in with Clever, which of course is still logged in. And after you click Clever, you sign in with your account. All right. So let's start with something simple and work our way up through the projects. So first, let's take a look down here in this section right here called Templates. This Templates folder has a bunch of really cool stuff in here. But the main thing I wanted to point out today is if you go to Art, there's a section here called Coloring Book. So if you come into Coloring Book, there are a whole bunch of pictures in here you can color. So if you find one you like, just give it a click. Come into your tools. And remember, when you're coloring in Wixie, you want to use the paint can to save yourself a lot of time. So if I come in here, I can just start coloring and make the picture look however I want. Oops, I made a mistake. Remember, I was going yellow, white, yellow, white. When you make a mistake, remember the first thing to do is click the undo button. If I click that button, my mistake instantly goes away and I can keep going. Remember, to use the undo button, you have to click it immediately. And notice how easy and fun it is to do great little coloring projects in Wixie. If I had to get out all my crayons to do this, it would have taken a lot more time. Remember, you get a lot more than just the, 10 colors that they give you at first. If you come into here, you can make the colors lighter or darker. Maybe a nice light green like that for the background. Oh, lovely, yes. But then I want a darker green for this part. Oh, yes, see? Now let's say I'm coloring, and I am going to do a few more colors here. Looks very nice. But as I'm working, I realize, oh, I'd really like that dark green for these things that kind of look like leaves to me. That'd be cool. But I don't know what color it was. Well, here is a tool that will make coloring much easier for you. This is called the eyedropper. If I click the eyedropper and then click any color, it sucks it up. And then anywhere I click, it's that color, just like that. So, whoops. If you accidentally click a line, just click undo, and you're back in business. Some of these little spaces can be hard to color. But that's enough coloring from me. I just wanted to make sure you all knew how to color in Wixie. Very easy, very fun project, easy to do. All right. So, now, let's talk about a great project you can do inside Wixie. When you are doing Wixie, you can do, actually, greeting cards. Greeting cards are very easy to make in Wixie, and it's the best of both worlds because it's hand-drawn, but it looks really nice. Let me give you an example of an easy way to print one. First, let me open up the happy little tree we drew in episode 1. Oh, such a happy little tree. I'm filled with such joy every time I look at it. So if I wanted to print a card out of this, all I have to do is go to File, come down here to Print, and then if I print it as a table tent, but before I click that, I actually want to come down here to Options. Because when I'm printing a card, I usually don't want the borders, so I like to turn that off first. Then if I click Table Tent, it'll process, and it'll let me send it right to my printer just like that. I printed one beforehand in black and white just to show you. It kind of looks like a night scene. I'm a little low on ink too, but here's what I printed. All I did was it printed out on one piece of paper like this. Then just by folding it in the middle, I have a lovely greeting card for a birthday or Mother's Day or any other special event. I can write any message I want on the inside. Now, for those of you who want to up your game even more, let me teach you a special technique to make a card that has something on every single side. All right, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to leave this one, and let's start a brand new project. Make it landscape. All right, so what I need to do now is make 4 pages. So I just need to make 1, 2 pages, 3 pages, and 4 pages. If I click Story right here, I can see the 4 pages I made. Just like that. All right, so here is the trick that we are going to do for this card. First thing you need to do is keep in mind which part is going to be which. Now, I made a little guide here to show you. So let me show you right here. If I print all 4 as postcards, it looks like this, 1, 2, 3, and 4. But if I want to fold that into a card, notice that things are going to be upside down and backwards and things like that. It's just going to be a little messy, right? Well, that's not going to work for us. So the easy way to do it is, first of all, just design your card the way you want it to look. My favorite way to do it is, when I'm designing it, I like to do alright, so page 1 and 2 is going to be, page 1 will be your front cover, and page 2 will be your back cover. So let me see, I think Father's Day is coming up next, so let's make ourselves a Father's Day card. I'm going to make it very simple. So I'm going to take a text here and I'm going to say, Happy Father's Day. Good. I'm going to stretch that out. Make it nice and big. Let's get rid of that extra space there. Keep sizing it out. Make it look the way I like. Let's save some time and just use a photograph here. Come to camera. You can actually use your camera to take a picture. Oh, but I think my camera might not work because I'm broadcasting right now. Yeah, I was afraid of that. It's not going to come through right now. So let's just go with a sticker. Let's see if they have any good father stickers. There we go. This is a great one. Let's go with this one. So I got the sticker I like. All right. So here's the front page of my card. All right. Next, I go to page 2. On page 2 here, I want to print my, I'll just put in a back cover. So maybe something like a heart. There we go. Got a nice little heart there for the back cover. Alrighty. Next, for 3 and 4, that's the middle of the card. So on number 3 here, I'm going to put another nice little image maybe. How about, do we have like maybe a tree house or something? My dad made a tree house when I was younger. There we go, so here's the inside. And then page 4. Make a nice message from my dad. Something like, I'm so lucky to have a father like you. Alrighty. Make that a little bigger. Make it about the size we like. And the last thing, I'll make another text box here. And I'll say it's from Love, Strawn Ross. I can position that down here. Now, if I printed this card like this, with all 4 cards here, unfortunately, it's not going to come through quite right. Some of the pages will be upside down. So here is the one tricky part. When we're going to print these pages, page 1 and page 2 need to be upside down. So clicking this top little curvy arrow, if I flip it all the way over, like that, and I take this picture, and I flip it upside down, like that. All right, there we go, that's almost straight. Almost. I can get it perfect, but I don't want to fiddle too long about that today. All right. And page 2, take my heart, and I'll flip that upside down. But you know, there's another way to flip things over too, actually. Let me show you. You have a button right here called Turn. So if I click this button, it'll flip it exactly halfway over. That click button works with words and everything. So I wanted to show you the easy way and the hard way to do this. All right, so now we have 2 pictures right side up and 2 pictures upside down. So finally, let's label it like we always talk about. We got our Father's Day card. We go to print. First, make sure you turn off the border. Then we click Postcards and we send it to our printer. All right, and now that will print out in just 1 second. And I'll show you the product right after that. Now, the last thing we're going to learn today is a very, very fancy technique. You can actually use Wixie to make animations. How, might you ask? Stay tuned. First, let me show you this lovely card I made. Look at that. Doesn't quite look right yet, but that's okay because it's very easy to create it. I just need to fold it lengthwise once, like that. Oh, you're starting to see it. And then I fold it one more time, like that. And there we go. Take a look at that. Let's make this a little bigger so you can see the printing very well. Oops, not you. Oh, ha ha ha. That's why. All right, make that bigger. All right, so happy Father's Day. You open it up. I'm so lucky to have a father like you, a Strawn Ross. And the back cover has a little heart mark. See how easy it is? You know, if you go to some kind of drugstore or bookstore, they charge you anywhere from $3 to $10 to get one of these things. The ones you make are always better. Take my word for it. All right, let me make this smaller again. And now let's talk about doing an animation. All right, so animation happens when you have a picture, like a flip book, that changes a little bit on every page. So you go to one page, it looks like this. Next page looks like this. Next one like this. Then like this, like this. And then by taking all those pictures and putting them together, it begins to look like motion. The faster you turn it, the faster it looks like the action's happening. That is the same concept of how we're going to make an animation. So, for today's animation, let's pick something like a fish. Now, I really recommend picking stickers in the beginning because drawing animation is really hard. Oh yes, the habitats one didn't have the good ones. It was the landscapes. There we go. All right, so so we got some good ocean ones. So here we've got a good one here on the seafloor. Beautiful. All right. So I can come in here and find myself a fish. Let me find a fish that looks like a dish. Let me see here. What kind of fish mood am I in today? Oh, that blowfish is kind of cool. Or I could go with the dory here. That's a little morbid here. Getting a campfish fry. Got Nemo. Got a couple of dead fish there. Okay. All right. So, let's go with this happy little pufferfish. He's adorable. All right. So here's what you want to do first. Is you want to make everything look the way you want it to. Keep in mind, you can flip it to make it face the other direction. I want to make him face this direction. I'm going to make him the size I want him to be. And I want to put him where I want it to go. All right, so here is what we're going to do to make him swim across the screen. What I need to do is I need to click Story, and I need to duplicate the page. I can either go to Edit, Duplicate, or if I click with the right mouse button like that, I can say Duplicate Page. And then page 2 looks like that. Page 2, I'm going to move them out just a little bit like that. See what I'm doing? Duplicate, move them a little further. Story, duplicate, double click, move them a little further. Story, duplicate, move them a little further. Story, duplicate, and move them to the middle. All right, so now I've got a little blowfish slowly swimming out to the middle here. So what I want to do to make it animatable is I need to come here and I need to turn the timing down as low as it will go, which is ½ a second. I want to get rid of this fade effect. And for the time being, let's turn on loop. That way it doesn't stop right away. All right, let's see how this first part looks now. There he goes. Look at him swimming out there. A cute little blowfish. Alright. So now, let me talk about my next plan for my blowfish. When I get him out to here, the next thing I want to do is make him a little bigger. Then I'm going to duplicate it. I'm going to make it a little bigger. Then I'm going to duplicate it. Double click it. I'm going to make it a little bigger. Then I'm going to story mode and duplicate. I'm going to make it a little bigger. Then I'm going to go story mode. I'm going to duplicate. I'm going to make him a little bit bigger. Alright, let's see what my new show looks like. Oh! Oh, look at that. He puffs himself up so big. And that's just a simple example of how you can animate in Wixie. Well, that just looks like he's sliding, you say. Show us something that looks better. Well, any trick you want can be done. All you need to make something in Wixie is your own imagination. So don't ever let yourself be held back by what you can and can't do. So, what I'm going to do is I'll make a new one. And in this one, I'm going to add... yes, here's something. Here's a little hula hoop girl. I'll make her a little bit bigger. Like that. Excellent. Now I'm going to go to Story. I'm going to duplicate. And then on her, on page 2, I'm going to flip it. So now, if I look at this one, I'll turn that on, make it as quick as possible, and turn off the fade. Alright, let's see how this one looks. Oh, sometimes it doesn't always start right the first time. Give it a chance to catch up with itself. Let the memory load. Alright, let's see what we got. There we go. Enjoying some hula hoop. Wonderful. Look at that. That deserves a chipper tune, doesn't it? If we come here into Story, we can actually choose music to go along with it. They have some good ones in here. So let me see here. Maybe some Caribbean. Oh yeah. That'll do it. Alright, let's see how this goes. Alright. And that can be how easy it is to make animation. So, keep in mind, the easiest thing to do is perfect the page before it, right-click it, and duplicate it. If I'm doing a lot of pages, like my first animation, and I start changing things in the middle, like I do that, watch what happens when I look at this little guy. That's funny, it didn't even load the change yet. Let's let it make sure it loads it. Sometimes the internet lags a little bit, we know that, right? We're used to dealing with that. There, oh, see, look at that. There's a weird little jump up there in the middle. See, if you're not careful, weird little things happen like that, which will throw off your animation. But it's very easy to make some very fun little animations. Let me show you one of the bigger ones I made. This is one of my favorites I made in the holiday season. Alright, let me start this little show for you. Alright, you can see there are many things happening here. First of all, one polar bear is pushing a snowball down the hill, which slowly grows and hits this other polar bear. Then, we've got this dancing snowman which is turning left and right, is also spinning his cane in a circle. Down here, a little penguin is sledding by at the same time. Now the funny thing about this animation is there are only 4 pictures the whole time. And just by having the change, everything changes from slide to slide. If I put it together like a flip book, it becomes an animation. So, today you got a taste of some of the many different things you can do in Wixie. You can do a coloring book. You can make very simple fold open cards. Or you can make very fancy 4-sided cards. You can even create animations like this. So, keep in mind, Wixie gives you a lot of tools to play with. So, make sure you play around with it and see what you can do. Remember, don't give up. I, Strawn Ross, was all self-taught and just messed around and tried different things again and again. And if something doesn't work, try something else. That's how it is with computers, right? So, there is no such thing as someone who is bad with computers. There are only people who are bad at trying. Never assume that you can't figure something out. Make sure you go in, explore, and look around for it. Now, I also realized last time that I totally forgot to remind you how to go to the Google Classroom that I created for this special YouTube segment. Because kids' videos on YouTube don't allow you to comment anymore, but I figured you all might just want the chance to add it. So let me show you this again, same as you saw in episode 1. If you come in here and type UC wide B, that will let you join Technically Westbriar. Keep in mind, only Fairfax County students can join here. And if you choose to behave inappropriately in the Google Classroom, you will be muted. So keep that in mind. Always be polite and kind. Well, look forward to episode 4 coming up on Thursday, because we are going to use Scratch to make a video game in 30 minutes. Is that crazy? I think that's crazy. All right. Well, thank you for tuning in again. I always enjoy spending time with you, friends. And remember, keep exploring, trying,